Okay, okay. Let's give this a whirl. Nada yeta. Now, don't I have... anything installed? I'll be back. Okay, so for whatever reason, once again, this shows as 0 bytes for even digital art book and soundtrack. And yet, I know I did preload both. This, methinks, is the same crap that happened when trying Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Beats me. Will this do anything? Please don't tell me this is what I should have done in the first place. Why the bloody hell is this always the case with Steam games? I'm aware this game does not show up in my common file. This time, not even thinking of my Steam Deck here. Wait, what? Okay. Yeah. No, I didn't think so. Wait, what? But user intervention occurred. But yet, play does not work. Why does this never work? I always think this time it'll be different, and it never is. Grammet Steam? Why not? Your stuff? Nada. I don't know. Pull up again, though. So of all things to work or not work, I just clicked preload for my Steam Deck here, and that's all that happens. So apparently neither my computer nor Steam Deck seem to recognize this game is in fact preloaded, which is beyond me. All I can think is maybe I've got to re-download the whole bloody game, which, I mean, was not a small game. All I can think is why make preloads available when they never. That's wrong. Hardly ever work. I mean, unless I can try a certain other thing. I'll try desktop mode here with Steam Deck, which means doing a little bit of this, that, and the other. See if opening to desktop works. Maybe, just maybe. We'll see. Okay. So, is Steam going to open right away? There it was right there this whole time. What the bloody hell is going on here? Okay. Opens on its own Z's. Still nothing. Feel like I'm wasting my time all over again on this rubbish. Steam, get your crap together for crap's sake. Because this has happened every bloody preload and early access launch that I've attempted. I'm trying to remember if Starfield was actually one of those cases or not. Besides just having a hell of a time getting that game running. I know Indiana Jones and the Great Circle had to be completely re-downloaded for some ungodly reason. Seemingly, must it be the case here too? Okay. Come again. Look at my humble monthly bundle there. This is going nowhere. Any support articles? No, that's not what I meant. Discussions threads yet? Okay, so maybe I'm not the only one who's facing this conundrum. Who can play this game but we can't? I've got no idea what this is supposed to mean. I do wish that was a thing, though. I mean, I get awarding people gestures, but at the same time, okay, but you're only really rewarding said clown. So while they've clowned about, you're not giving them anything besides incentive. So I've come to not really get it. Good grief. I want to reboot my computer, but I've got a bad feeling about this case turning out the same way as it has on my Steam Deck here, where there is no difference. Because I've already restarted my Steam Deck how many times? Nothing changed. So, what the bloody hell do I do about my computer then? I mean, at this rate, I might as well just re-download this game one way or another, right? I mean, me don't know anymore. I mean, why can't I just figure this out for once? So here I've found out, because Bethesda themselves are streaming this early access countdown, I'm not the only one who's completely unable to launch this game. Should I find out what this guy's even saying? Will it come through for me? No, it won't. That's alright. I wish I'd... No, I can I not? Yes, I can. So let me see this here. So, yeah. As it very much so turns out, I'm not the only one who can't launch this game for some bloody reason. So, actually, I've got a brilliant idea. Okay, hold up. Okay, let's see what game director Hugo Martin has had to say. Okay, so I muted him. Rather. And then I forgot to still unmute him.
As they come up. But thank you again, as Marty said, for sticking with us. We love making this stuff for you guys.
Amen. So again, everybody, thank you guys so much for joining us. This was the countdown stream to early access. If you don't have it, it's available right now. You can jump in and play. And if you're on Steam and you can, we're fixing that too, so don't worry about that. But premium edition only right now. Again, you get all the sweet skins. You get the Divinity pack. You get the Void Slayer pack. I mean, by Slayer pack, I mean the Slayer skin, either for standard or premium, but you can play with the premium right now. So 2 days from now, everybody with the not premium can play, and then, but the gates have already opened, and we couldn't be more excited and more happy to have you guys playing and to have you guys here tonight. So thank you guys. We love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Unfortunately. Ooh, I like that little ending there, though. I'm saving that just because I can. Why not? Alright, so, unfortunately, I wish I knew this wasn't going to work, but who can ever foresee these issues anyway? I think tonight is a learning moment of Steam games never, ever release accordingly in early access. If you want actual early access, don't buy it on Steam. Pre-order. Ever. Because it does not work. Besides Starfield, but that game still took me a couple hours to actually have function on my Steam Deck, whereas Indiana Jones and the Great Circle I had to completely re-download in order to get that game working. So, at least from the very sounds of things, from Joshua Boyle, Marty Stratton, and Hugo Martin here, maybe I don't have to re-download this game after all, but goramit! I remember the days when we could look up to these companies to have everything working. I feel like this is why digital media sucks. And why I will never be convinced otherwise when it comes to my PlayStation and or Nintendo games. Because I want to pop in that game, install it ASAP, without any further struggle. And I get tired of waiting. Now, let's see if there's been anything changed yet with my installations. Once again, nada. Now, at least actually, that drop down is no longer existing. So that's a nice change to see, right? Unfortunately, it doesn't mean much for the rest of whatever the bloody hell is going on here. If I do say so myself, this is becoming rather tiring. Because I've gone over a half hour and nothing. Nothing at all. Feels like we've been pranked. Preload remotely from my computer to Steam Deck. I got that top down back. Gram it. If only. If only. Why? Well. Methinks I maybe just won't try playing a Bethesda game on lunch. Prompt at 8 anymore. Because this crap does not work. For shame. What the bloody hell is going on? Ay, 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 da. Yeah, so I'm doing that thing again. Come again? Still nada. Well. Hmm. Can't even shake a stick at this. I think I might just give up on this. I mean, bloody hell, what the bloody hell is the point of early access? When play does not work. Also, I love how I can click on play. Well, hover, I mean, and it just grays out every Gorham time. Yay. So much for tonight. I've been on mute. So just shared on Twitter. We're not alone, apparently. Anything else to read here? Oh, wait, is that it? Oh, here we go. Welp. Why does that not scroll? Whoa. People can actually leave reviews. Yeah, I thought 'twas impossible on its Steam store page. What is this? Okay, what is going on? I want to see the store page. Because are people actually able to review this after all? Wow! Okay. This is new. Literally unplayable. I mean, after all, however many of us cannot play this game right now. Not right meow, anyway, somehow. Because that's still grayed out. Wow. Restart. Again. So this is definitely the worst I've ever seen this. Which is crazy. I mean, wowee. I mean, at least Hogwarts Legacy, that launch was oodles smoother. I mean, bloody hell, I didn't even have an issue launching that on Steam. Although then again, I don't think that game launched at midnight either. It was midday anyway. But still so worth the wait. This, however, could not be more disappointing. Yet also unsurprising, considering Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. But while I'd love to just go ahead and try, re-downloading this whole game, from what I've gathered from others, as well as basically Bethesda themselves, doing so is unnecessary. So here we keep holding on. As I was saying, almost 2 hours later. How bloody long is this supposed to take? And yet, this should have happened 2 fucking hours ago. Unbelievable. Wait. Isn't there a proper gift for this? Pardon me. Because I've already changed my plans for tonight, haven't I? Really? I had to wait all this time and I still have to wait more time. I mean, I would have been fine with waiting 20 or less minutes in order to unpack these files once the clock hit 8. However, 2 hours later is a little much to ask. Goramit. And I'd a bad feeling this would happen, that either I would have to wait a long time tonight or beyond tonight to unpack this. I mean, let's... Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's also going on my computer. Dottie or Steam Deck? Who's faster? Why? Goramit. Whoa, what? Hey, hold up. I missed my window. Okay, do this instead. Goramit. Two. Whoa, 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 hold up. You just clipped. Okay, come again.
For which game?
Oh, Doom the Dark Ages. This thing finally, like, 5 minutes ago. So, in just slightly under 2 hours, this game finally unpacks. And that's taking now around a quarter of an hour. And all I can think is, I would have loved if it unpacked starting when the clock hit 8. But instead, no, I've waited almost 2 hours. So I put all these plans off tonight to play this game for maybe an hour and a half or more. As if I've got time tomorrow night. Go at Bethesda. Because the same crap happened with Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And that game didn't even run on Steam Deck, by the way. But I got it running after I had to re-download the whole sodding game after having preloaded the game, which turns out I definitely did last time, or this time even, but nothing liked. Yeah. Unfortunate. Are you ready, kids?
Can you hear me?
Aye.
Could you hear me before?
Aye.
That's weird.
How's it weird?
Because my headset said I was muted
Oh.
just a second ago.
Oh, I could
And then
hear
when
you
I said, "Can you hear me?" that was me unmuting it.
Oh, I could hear you before you asked me if you could be heard.
Like when I was like,
I couldn't hear you ming, but I could hear whatever else you said. Oh, about what game I was talking about, that is.
Oh yeah, that I suppose you did, which makes it really odd that my headset said I was muted.
Huh.
I wouldn't have noticed either, and then but then I looked down and saw that the light wasn't on. And I was like, oh, that's weird.
No. If it makes you feel any better, my OBS will not gather my Switch or Steam Deck audio, and then I have to reset it from in my advanced audio properties. I have to turn my monitor off and back on to and output again.
All of a sudden, your connection isn't great.
What? Are you kidding me?
No.
Damn it. Wait, so does it sound better now that I'm closer to my microphone, or?
No. It's like crackly and such.
Crap. Well, let me leave and I'll be back. I meant what I said. Imagine Actually, which is farther along? Surprisingly,
That's
Steam
better.
Deck. Oh, 'tis indeed?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I was gonna say, I knew without a doubt at all that you would not be back, because you don't know how to rejoin a party. You always start a new one,
I don't know
not really being
why
back when.
I hadn't the option, but I got your notification at least on my phone, and I tried looking in my notifications on BlueStacks here and saw nothing.
Yeah.
But I
I don't
was
know
going to
how it works,
say,
but
imagine that by the time we figure out our communication issue here, that Doom the Dark Ages already finishes unpacking, which will be in under 10 minutes now. And I could not be more relieved that I'm not the only player who had this issue. Actually, to the point where Bethesda literally announced on Twitch that, yeah, Steam players, we are working on it.
wow.
Yeah. I thought, one would think they'd have learned from Starfield, if I recall correctly, and especially from Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, but no. Steam early access launches continue to be the worst. Even if it's the best platform otherwise. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well.
also, it only lasts a few seconds before you go back to being crackly.
Oh crap, am I crackly again?
Mm-hmm.
You can't be serious.
Well, I am serious.
Well, you know what's funny about that? For a moment, you
What?
got crackly yourself. Tonight, just nothing works right, huh?
Well, last time we had that issue, or we had a similar issue, right? Where
Oh,
we kept going back and forth between one of us sounding robotic.
true that.
I think it's one of the downsides of doing it with an emulator of a phone through the PlayStation app.
You may be onto something there. Even though this sadly appears to be the only way I can get this jerk to work. You can still hear every word out of my mouth, right?
At least that's true, yes.
Oh crap, yeah, you really are crackly all over again. Holy crap. That did not take long.
You can hear what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah, just sounds like your audio is farting. But it sounds like a robot farting instead of you.
A robot fart. What? I don't even know if that's possible, but hey.
Hey, don't discriminate against the otherwise intelligent. Artificially.
It wasn't discriminating.
That's speciesist.
Oh.
Bender would not appreciate your attitude, bigot.
Yeah, I know. Here's the thing. I know who you're talking about, and I do not care.
Wow. Come on, Fry. Who's your bestest buddy in the whole wide world?
Yes, that
Universe?
was a
Oh no.
terrible impression.
Wow. Hey, I'm like Trey Parker and Matt Stone, South Park style. Celebrities are impersonated poorly. I'll be back. I'm not giving him a choice this time. Oh, now I get to see notifications about my party starting. I'm coming up, so I better get this
It
party
sounds
started.
fine right now.
Yeah, because you didn't. You sounded totally robotic by the end of that party.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Also, you still haven't yet come back.
Really?
No, because I had to leave the other party in order to join you again.
Oh, yeah, because I didn't have an option to rejoin your party.
I know. I just say, like, when you say I'll be back, like, I know that when you talk about leaving the PlayStation party, the truth is you will not. You're just gonna start another one.
I meant loosely. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so I feel like we should wait until one of us starts sounding like a robot again, just to see if it still happens.
Oh, it'll still happen. Trust
Don't
me.
we know it? Trust you? I only just met you.
That's not true.
Sadly. So. But I wish
feel the
we
same.
did. I know, right? I'm totally not just stalling as I'm
So that you can
merely.
so that you can just have an excuse to play Doom.
Maybe, technically. I just mainly want to see if the game even runs so I can finally answer the complicated question, which is supposed to be simple, by the way. Does Doom, The Dark Ages, run on dick? Or does it lose steam?
You know the craziest thing? Pretty sure I saw you start a stream earlier, claiming that you were playing it already.
Oh. I may have. And then I had to restart it to fix my title. I forgot, though. I mean, I've also had Doom the Dark Ages still downloading as my standby, even though I actually haven't had to download this at all. I just had to wait to unpack it, which is, I feel like that which still counts as downloading, even though it's not off the web, it's just Steam opening this beautiful bloody package, but taking its merry feather-mucking time.
Yeah, it's cutting the box with a butter knife.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, whereas any other platform, instantaneously. I even brought up in their Twitch chat that this is why digital games suck. and someone points out to me, well, it's 2025. I forget what else they came up with. But basically along the lines of digital is where gaming is going, and all I could think was...
And also, you're wrong, though. That's not where digital games suck. It's where digital games on PC suck.
I hate to admit...
Because PC might not be as much better, especially these days, as people like to claim still that it is.
I mean, PC gaming is still superior, just not for preloads. Although, actually, I will say Ubisoft has always done a better job. People give them a bad rap. At least they've got preloads down pat. I've never had an issue playing Assassin's Creed Shadows upon release. Oh, crap. This just finally completed.
Listen, man, you know that PC gaming is the top place for gaming.
I can finally play 2 hours and 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
Let's see if this actually...
You know that PC gaming is dying as the top place for gaming when GTA 6 isn't even going to be on PC.
No, because it's never... That's never been the case, actually. They've always delayed it. That's basically like PlayStation... Well, not quite, but...
There's
be more or less in the same
between delaying it and saying it's not going to be.
Oh no, that's...
I think people are, I'm pretty sure from what I've seen, people are assuming that it's just delayed.
Oh no, that is what it is though, because that's how Grand Theft Auto 5 and even 4 for that matter launched. Was PC wasn't until... So they fulfilled the next console generation, and then they fulfilled PC. Oh, and holy crap, we finally got this game running. Wow, that was smooth for like 2 seconds! You've gotta be kidding me. Bug splat. Bethesda logo movie played, and then this showed up. And now I can't even see myself type in my own name. Okay, now I can.
Oop.
Okay, I'm going to do this so that people can see my email.
People are always surprised when they decide to do that with GTA, and I mean, I don't know why. Rockstar, I think, has come out and said, like, they hate what people do to their games, like the modding and stuff. Not even just, in online servers, but just even in single-player mode, they hate when people...
Again?
They hate what people do to their games on PC.
I'm not surprised.
Not even just on, like, in regards of, like, online mode, but in general, they hate what PC players do to their games.
I mean, I still remember, of course, that's changed suit since Hogwarts Legacy now has built-in modding on PC. Holy crap, we do have our answer after all. Doom the Dark Ages does not run on Steam Deck, and it's right from the get-go. Holy crap. Okay, I am... just going to live with the fact that this is showing my name.
You're robotic and crackly again.
So were you during our last party?
I wonder if it's because you're asking your computer to do too much.
Can't be. I'm launching this game on my Steam Deck.
All of a sudden, it's fine.
Oh, weird. Why do I always misspell Bethesda at first? I'll go movie plays, and then this shows up again. Okay, so we've got our answer. This game does not run on dick. It does lose steam, however, which means one more thing I wish to try. Took me just over 2 hours and 20 minutes to figure that one out. I mean, at least these other games ran on Steam Deck, just albeit poorly.
You like it big then.
Oh, that does not surprise me considering I just disconnected my Steam Deck. So now I'm going to try on my desktop herself. This game has not finished unpacking. Great. Wow. Well, I'm not even going to show how far along unpacking files on PC is. However, I will declare this of war. And on that terrible disappointment, thank you for watching. You should not be watching. But you did anyway, and I appreciate that. Don't have a good night. Have a great night. God bless. Live long and prosper. Fight like and raise hell. And until next time, this has been JBJblaze. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
That's crazy.
Wow. Now this is indeed, actually, because it's finally reached underneath 10 minutes. Good grief. But this is about deck rather than my PC. Grab it. That looks so tempting. Baby's almost coming. How much farther along has she got to go? Oh. Ho, ho. Wait. How do we both sound?
All right, now.
Okay. Because you sound okay to me. For now. Okay, that time remaining went back up again like my stocks. Well. Where art thou going? Wait, did I? Whoa, hey. Oh! Did I not actually disconnect my deck? Okay, maybe there's a chance. Thank you for bearing with me. All of you. The lot of you. Of course, then I find out that this game runs so smoothly on my computer PC here that my whole system crashes, because I've had that happen before too, which is frankly, as far as I'm concerned, bloody hilarious. Actually, let me see. Can I view that art book and soundtrack at the very least? Just out of curiosity that I'd like to satisfy. I mean, now that I know, everything else is inaccessible anyway. I've got my DLC. Manage. Nope. Same story. I love how Indiana Jones and the Great Circle shows up first on my Steam store page. I like it that way. But I want it my way. Okay. Moment of truth may be finally coming up. Once and for all. Maybe, just maybe. We'll see. Possibly. Come on. Keeps retarding up and down. Okay. Not okay. Topsy-turvy.
So, is it working? What's the story? What's your story?
I love how you ask that like that. So, I can't find that content on Steam Deck, but then, let's see. Oh, wait. Don't tell me that's what's unpacking is Dim the Dark Ages. What? Okay, so it just shows on Steam that my DLC is unpacking, so maybe that's all part of it, and I just can't access any of that on my deck. Okay. We're nearly there. Less than a minute. More than a minute. 91%.
You
So
really want to do
close.
this, don't you?
I really just want to see how this launches. But I do not believe. I believe this is doomed.
Well, how about this? If it works, if it actually seems like it's gonna work, then I will
Okay, it's
let you
finally
do it.
downloaded.
How about that?
Okay, I can at least access digital art book and soundtrack, but first, more importantly, let's see if this will work on my PC. I'm going to so laugh if this bricks. Why would this... This is so weird. Why would Twitch Studio be affected? Okay, disable these layers, I guess. Ray tracing incompatible GPU. A GPU with hardware ray tracing capabilities. And at least 8 gigabytes of dedicated VRAM is required to launch the game. I regret to report the dream is dead.
So it's not working?
And you just turned into a robot all over again. Okay, what if I say no to disabling these layers then? Wow. Nada. GPU driver error. Wow. Okay. One last and final question. Dim the Dark Ages digital art and soundtrack. Will this work at all? The art of Doom the Dark Ages works. Now, does this count as Doom the Dark Ages? No. Whoa. Okay.
Maybe?
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, there is a volume control. Video tour. So I can watch footage from inside the game, but I can't play the game.
Wow.
My words exactly. So now we know. And it does go through each of these 48 videos. So, here we go. Back. So yeah, we've got slideshow. Worlds. Characters. Creatures. Weapons. My favorite. Color scripts. I have no idea how this menu works. Oh, change slide? Never mind. Miscellaneous. Only 7. Okay then. Alrighty. Story McGordon. At least this music still bangs, rocks, hits. but yours will be missed dearly. So,
So it doesn't work then at all.
oh
other
crap!
than
It just went
the
to track
bonus
2. You.
stuff.
Right you are. I'll be back. Like a wizard. Hey. Subscribing for the first time.
Anytime.